Nintendo Switch 2 scalpers are now losing money. It's nice to be able to write a feel-good article. Nintendo Switch 2 scalpers have started losing money on their investments, and that just gives me the warm fuzzies inside. For those not in the loop, scalpers in this context are people who buy up large numbers of in-demand items and resell them for increased prices on the secondary market. They were a huge problem back when the PlayStation 5 launched, and a more recent swarm descended upon the Pokémon TCG. Not wanting their new console to get devoured like Sony's was, Nintendo has put in some legwork to make scalpers' lives difficult as of late. And as it happens, when you put the weight of a large corporation behind something, you can move mountains. As spotted by Nintendo Soup, several Japanese scalpers have started selling their consoles at a loss. How deep are these discounts exactly? That's a bit more complicated of a question than you might expect. One listing showed a price equivalent to $393 USD, not too far from the console's asking price, though a bit lower. However, if you've ever sold things online through sites like eBay, you'd know there's a platform fee that the seller has to pay out of their earnings. That, on top of other expenses, means that these scalpers' transactions were officially at a loss. Oh, joy of joys. Nintendo's repair policy causes scalpers to lose money. Nintendo has been hard at work concocting new and inventive ways to make the lives of scalpers just a little bit worse. They've put out a few ideas, notably adopting the idea of limited access pre-orders for dedicated fans of the previous Switch console. But that didn't come alone. From boosting the number of available consoles to cracking down on fraudulent listings, Nintendo has been trying to pressure scalpers out of the market for a while. But Nintendo Soup credits one particular idea for this victory: the console's repair policy. The plan is simple. In Japan, if you want Nintendo to fix a fault in your console, you'll need to provide proof of purchase, ideally a receipt. Because scalpers aren't about to give up the personal details contained on the receipt, they can't offer it with purchase, even assuming they have one receipt for each console they bought. As a result, secondhand Switch 2 consoles are literally worth less. They're harder to repair. A devious little system, but one that seems plenty effective at dealing with scalpers. It's not operating alone, of course. Even regular players are getting in on anti-scalper action, but attacking the value of the product seems like a good way to drop its price.